How do you do, y'all? This is John, and today we are talking about Heathers, a movie that came out back in 1988, starring Winona Ryder and Shannen Doherty. And in Heathers, it deals with this teenage girl who ends up meeting this guy named Jason Dean, and she hates these bullies slash friends of hers, and JD just looks at her and goes, "Hey, why don't we just kill them?" Thinking it's a joke, she tags along with him on it, and the whole, it gets bad after that, because he was not joking. Okay, so to get things started, first and foremost, I am doing this video because a specific actress in this movie recently passed away, unfortunately, and, Shannen Doherty, she was definitely quite a big part of my childhood. She was just about anyone born in the 90s like me grew up with something she was in. Whether it be 90210 or Charmed, we all grew up with something she was in. And so I decided to honor her by talking about one of the movies she was in, specifically something I had not seen. And I know Heathers is a cult classic, and I understand it's just a supporting role she's in, but I don't care. It's a movie I'd been meaning to watch anyway, so here we go. Now, to get things started on the actual review, what I liked about the movie, I like how this movie's whole narrative just weaves out. Because Veronica, she meets this guy, a romance starts to blossom between them, and then, she slowly starts to realize this guy's a complete psychopath. And I also have to give props to Winona Ryder and Christian Slater for the portrayal of these two characters. Because Slater, he comes across as a psychopath completely, like a totally unhinged maniac. And Veronica, she comes across as well-meaning, but stuck in this situation where she is basically being forced to do things she doesn't want to do. They start to kill these people, stage them to look like suicides, and And speaking of these tragedies, I like how despite the fact that, yes, this is a dark comedy, and, they kind of play these moments in a somewhat comedic fashion. When push comes to shove, when they show the effect it has on people, they take these things seriously. They do. They take it seriously. They don't sit there and just say, hey, it ain't a big deal. As a matter of fact, they kind of mock that attitude a little bit. This was made back in 1988, before any similar tragedies occurred in real life. And also, Shannen Doherty in this movie is also great. She was an incredible actress. I'm gonna miss her, definitely. But in this movie, she plays this character named Heather Duke. And, this movie definitely shows what, acting chops she had before she got big. Because the way her character is written, she starts off kind of innocent a little bit, but then becomes an a-hole. And, Doherty plays that really well. And she starts off innocent and decent. You're just sitting there going, oh, poor girl. Because she's kind of getting bullied like Veronica. Then she becomes stuck up in an a-hole, and you're just sitting there going. And as far as the humor goes, this was definitely made in the 80s. There are jokes in this movie that they just would never tell in 2024. And to be quite honest, I enjoyed it. Because, we just don't have that very often anymore. People just telling a joke for the sake of telling a joke and not caring if anyone's offended. In terms of problems, there are these moments in the film where Veronica could have told someone of authority something bad Jason was doing, and they could have put a stop to it. But she doesn't do that. She just does it on her own, and, you know, it just would have been better if she had done that and, like, they didn't believe in her or something like that. And so she has to go do it on her own. And because of that, when a certain element, a certain moment happens, and, you know, she's just walking past everybody all covered in crap and stuff, you're just in there going, well, you've got a lot of explaining to do. But all in all, guys, Heathers was really good. It was. I don't really see why this movie initially bombed at the box office, but I at least see why it's become a cult classic since then. The story's very weaved out. You like the characters. The acting's good. The humor is definitely a lot better than today. And all in all, if you haven't seen Heathers, I would say, yeah, go watch it. I am going to give Heathers an 8. I know I usually don't do these kind of videos, but, you know, Doherty was someone whose work I really liked as a kid. And, you know, she's going to be missed. And I hope she can rest in peace now. And to be quite honest, I probably would have done the same thing when Robin Williams passed. And I'm probably going to do it again when Bruce Willis goes. So I'm going to leave off with that. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Badetsky will return.